Hello, I'll get a 6-inch veggie on wheat, please. Not toasted, and I'll get extra cheese. And I'll get the white cheese as well as like a one side will be white, one side will be Swiss. I'll get lettuce, cucumber, spinach, and a little bit of banana pepper. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. So I decided today I'll take a bit of a sleep in because 2 a.m. to, you know, if I'd have to wake up at whatever it is to come here, it's like I'll just skip the morning, come for the afternoon, and yeah.
It's pretty good. I got to bed at midnight and
okay, it's not bad.
Got up at 8, so
8 a.m.
I had my full
8 hours sleep. Do you do 8 hours? That's kind of your thing, 8 hours sleep?
I usually find, at least if I aim for 8 hours, I get enough sleep.
Okay.
I may not sleep 8 hours, but...
But you're in bed, you're theoretically in bed to get 8 hours, and then...
Exactly. In bed at 11, up at 7.
Right, okay, it's not bad.
And then, you know, there's just some eating away at the edges.
Yeah. But for me, it's aim for 7.5 hours of sleep.
Right.
And then you end up getting 7 or whatever it is, right? So.
Yeah, some might end up getting 7.5 or 7.
Yeah.
And my grandparents would have this thing where they would speak only in English to me. And
your roots are Japanese.
Yes.
Got it.
And we would eat dinner, and they would talk, like, you know, about the neighbors and stuff. And as soon as they would want to say something that was really interesting, they would switch to Japanese. And then when they were done, they would switch back to English. Kind of like, you know, just to keep me out of the loop. That's actually why I learned Japanese.
Nice.
Not really hard. So the thing is, no. They were trying to make this difficult. So my introduction to Japanese and Chinese actually came from, I guess, like bad sources, because like the Japanese that they spoke is the Japanese of the upper class from the mid 1800s. And it's just frozen.
Wait, why did they?
No. It's frozen in Hawaii. In Hawaii, what happened is when a lot of the languages came over, they became frozen, and the languages in their native countries continued to evolve. And so they're speaking the language that their grandparents spoke in 1850. My entire input for years and years and years was literally period dramas, and they're Japanese.
So I got into conlanging when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I started to create new words in a language that I called Rhymish.
Okay.
And that language eventually became Gotevian, or Gotevi, which is really the first one that I created.
Okay.
And then along...
And that was when you were younger, or that was recently?
That was when I was a kid. So like I was 9 or 10 when that really became Gotevian.
Okay.
And there's now 7 of them, of the languages. So alongside the language development, I developed the constructed world setting. So the two kind of really go hand in hand. So yeah, I've been working on it for, I guess, a little over 17 years now.
Nice. So how many conlangs have you made?
There are 7. There's one proto-language that it's not really fleshed out.
Okay.
So 7 in varying degrees of development. Probably the most developed is Relin, which is one of the ones I featured in my talk today.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's been great fun.
Nice.
The 30-second version. So adpositions are a category of words. They're typically free morphemes found in most of the world's languages, although not all. And they're used to express a relation between 2 or more entities/events. An adposition selects a complement, and the complement is typically a noun phrase or a clause of some sort. So in constructions like after the party, after is the adposition and the party is its noun phrase complement. After happens to also take clause complement, as in after the children left for the party. We call adpositions prepositions if they precede their complement, so after is a preposition. And we call them postpositions if they follow their complement. We don't have a ton of postpositions in English. In fact, we maybe have just one, namely ago, as in several weeks ago. But as many of you know, other languages have primarily or exclusively postpositions rather than prepositions. The kinds of relations that they express are prototypically spatial relations. So is it in the house or under the table? This could extend to temporal relations, as in on Wednesday or after we get back. And then various other kinds of roles that a participant can play in a clause, So an instrument with a hammer, a commutative relationship, so an accompaniment relationship as in with my brother, the goal in a motion event to Dennis, the beneficiary for the children. We'll return to some of these notions later. Agents / causes, reasons, as in by the woman, since it's raining. So in each of these cases, the thing that I've bold-faced in red is the adposition. And many, many other kinds of relations.
I had a question. You mentioned in your talk that you, at the point, you tried to put adpositions into your language,
yes.
And your language, you know, did spit them out in a way. I guess I was wondering if you could talk more about that.
Yeah. My name's Lindsay Perugia. I'm going to start with just a brief introduction to my own research. I'm currently a grad student at University of British Columbia's Malvern campus in interdisciplinary studies, which is as vague as it sounds. I work between literature and linguistic anthropology. So I'm going to say off the bat that my research is much more heavily based in literature. I'm not even a little bit a linguist, so keep that in mind for the question portion. My interest in constructed language is entirely thanks to Dr. Christine Schreier, whose classes I took, and in them I was able to try my hand at the processes of language creation and study them from a literary perspective. Sound symbolism is the idea that phonemes on their own can carry meaning. I look at how this meaning is established at both a personal and a cultural level. But in my opinion, the more productive discussion here lies in the emotional affect of sound.
What is up, my fellow podcast listeners? I hope you guys are doing well. AZREN, the language nerd, here. And it is currently Sunday, July. I actually don't know what the date is today, but it is Sunday, July something for me, 20-something anyway. Conlangers love to learn. They really, really do. And as a matter of fact, to be a good conlanger, to be someone who actually can make good conlangs and invent cool languages, you actually not only need to know a lot about linguistics and languages and language learning and phonetics and phonology and morphology and all these different language learning related things, but oftentimes, if not most of the time, if not always basically, you also need to know about a lot of other types of fields of study. So, for example,
So he doesn't want to be one up. So even implicitly.
Hey everyone, how's it going? AZREN here. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to share something with you guys today, which will probably end up being a little bit of a shorter video, but it's still something that I want to talk about. People who enjoy learning languages and people who enjoy constructing languages, aka conlangers, their root is the same. They come from the same root.
À la parc. Un insecte.
Ok.
Comment dit-on sting?
M'a piqué. Un insecte m'a piqué.
Oh,
Like it stung
so
me.
like stung me.
Ouais. Un insecte a piqué, oui.
Doigt.
Doigt. Pas doigt.
Doigt.
Oui, doigt.
Doigt.
Oui, doigt.
Et swelled up.
C'est... Ah, swollen. En fait, j'ai oublié. C'est gonflé peut-être? I'll check. Je pense que c'est gonflé. Gonflé is like to blow up. Je pense que c'est gonflé. En espagnol... Attends. Ah oui, gonflé ou enflé. C'est l'autre mot. Oui, enflé. C'est ça. Enflé is to, like, to swell. Or to, ouais, to swell.
Flay.
Ouais, or ouais, to swell. Ouais, c'est ça.
Je n'ai pas pu bélanger mon doigt.
Bouger.
Bouger.
To move. Oui, bouger.
Bouger.
Ah.
Bouger. Doigt.
Aujourd'hui, j'ai nettoyé la maison. Très bon. Et j'ai lavé le vêtement et balayé le sol.
Balayer?
To sweep.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Et le sol.
J'écris, I'll write it for you. Oops. Ah, crap. Skype. What?
Champion du gâteau. Aujourd'hui, nous avons.
Nous avons. So wait, the board game is like you roll dice and you're going around a board? Like, how does it work?
It's like
There's
a
like
card
cats,
or something.
and then the counter, and then the blender, and like you roll different things or like get different cards, and like you're trying to prevent your kittens from moving like
Into the blender.
into the blender, but in order to do that, you have to push other people's cats into the blender. It's a terrible game.
So either way, there's cats going into a blender.
Yeah.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
upset.
Where did you find it? Where did you find it, Matt? Where did you find it, Matt?
At a secondhand store.
Because no one else wants it either.
So, have you guys played it yet?
No.
Not yet.
YouTube. Is this? What is this? Salad fingers? What is this?
I don't
Nettles.
know what this is.
Just
Oh, I thought this was the cat blender game.
no. This just reminded me when we were talking about Nettles.
Oh, okay.
It's a really creepy, weird cartoon you can watch sometime.